gentlemen, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Cynthia Chofna. This is the place for the versatile. I'm very happy that you are back yet again, a new week to reflect and talk about how we can enhance our versatility to become the best versions of who we should be. Thank you for liking, thank you for subscribing, thank you for commenting, thank you for sharing. I do not take it for granted that you guys enjoy the content that we bring to you every week. So ladies and gentlemen, this week I'm very stoked to be hosting one of Uganda's, should I call him, life eater? Because one of my friends refers to him as, I love Mr. Allan Kanyike for how free he is. And so guess what? Our guest this week is Mr. Allan Kanyike.
Thank you so much, Cynthia.
Yes.
I'm very humbled to be here with you.
Yes. Thank you for accepting my invitation. Thank you for making time. I do not take this for granted.
You're most welcome.
Yes. So, just to start us off, perhaps you could tell us who you are. Who do you perceive Mwami Allan Kanyike to be? Yes.
Good afternoon.
Yes.
My name's Allan Gerald Kanyike. My middle name is Gerald.
Okay.
I'm the son of the late Honorable Anthony Kanyike, who was the first mutual coast in Uganda.
Okay.
And that is how we, as a family, ended up in Mombasa in exile, in Yali, where I did my primary education. My late mother was in Toro, by the names of Avoki. So I'm a mix of Toro and Uganda, but I'm also a British nationalized. I'm a dual citizen from the United Kingdom.
Okay.
Enjoying my retirement because I had the privilege of having been a black Ugandan manager in the United Kingdom, where I managed the biggest conference and banqueting in central London for 8 years. And thereafter I managed 42 corporates in central London.
Wow.
A total of almost 30 years in the UK as a black Ugandan manager.
Wow.
I'm happy that I had the wisdom to invest wisely in the power of Africa, Uganda, a country of which I love so much.
Yes.
And that is the simple reason I'm enjoying my retirement in the power of Africa, Uganda. I'm happy that I have all my children well educated from reputable families in Uganda. The unfortunate thing, I recently lost a son called Dr. Ian Waited. He's actually rated number 2 in the country, one of the youngest top ENT doctors in the country. He comes from the family of the late Professor George William Kakoma, where the mother, Barbara Kakoma, is the daughter to Professor George William Kakoma, who composed the national anthem. And he had me so much, but life has to go on. He was brought up by both my parents, my late mother and father, live in Tinda, and that is the reason I invested in Tinda, where I'm enjoying my retirement from. I have access to everything I need in Tinda, but I don't need to go to the city. So my mother had a home near UNEB, where my brother is now Kenneth Kanyike, LC1 chairman. Where also I was once the first LC1 chairman when I worked in Statewide Insurance Company in 1986. That is the year my son was born, on the 21st of March 1986. I have 2 families in the UK. I have a wife by the names Florence Kanyike. She's the sister of the Secretary of Finance, Lilian Soke in Uganda, Mr. Kasaija. That's my first wife, Florence. And my other wife is Justin Asiwa from the Rutaraka family.
Wow.
In Kanungu.
Yes.
I have 2 daughters in the UK. My youngest daughter won 2 awards in Kate University. She's Amanda Rose Gates. She was interviewed on BBC, Kent University in Canterbury. My other daughter Melanie, also Pinky Kanyike, she's also in the UK. She's a social worker in the UK. I have a son from my wife, Florence Kanyike. He's called Kelvin Clive Kanyike. He's an engineer and he's in the UK too. So I'm happy to have all my children well educated from reputable families.
Yes. I
also happen to be an OB to the Katikkiro of Uganda, Charles Peter Mann.
Oh, wow!
In St. Henry's College, Togo. So, yeah. these are some of the reasons I opted to retire and come back home.
In Uganda, yes.
When my son had achieved medicine and surgery in 2011, I didn't think I needed to go back abroad.
Yeah.
Having lived in Mombasa for 9 years, having lived in Nairobi for 6 years, where I did my AB in Swarthmore College in Nairobi. I worked briefly in Statewide Insurance Company of the late Savannah Chizito and the late Pratichpan. As a matter of fact, I'm the one who wrote the check for Shore House Court #1 Balmer Road when I worked with them in the early 80s before I went to the UK. So they're all the reasons I have to enjoy my retirement. Because I'm contented in my life.
Yes, that you've contributed.
Exactly. I enabled Ugandans get work in the UK. We're not struggling to get work because I was the manager getting work. And in Uganda, I'm very well recognized.
Yes, you
Wherever
are.
I go, I have a copyright dance called Kanyike Dance. Everybody loves that dance.
Yeah.
They wonder how I got that dance.
Yeah.
That dance I learned Tarabu music. I love Tarabu music, coastal music. So that dance is related to coastal music, Tarabu.
Could you teach me?
It's a copyright dance.
Yeah.
My copyright dance. I do it all the time.
Yeah.
I go to parties. The other
yes.
day I was at a party with Jeno Katumba Amala and Margaret. They said they've never seen a happy retired man like that.
Yes,
so,
yes.
Ugandan. The Otafiras and a few other people asked, how much money have you paid this man to make us happy? I mean, he's so happy.
Yeah.
I mean, it's my nature to be happy and make people happy.
Yes.
I go to weddings, everyone wants to take an autograph. I make people happy.
Yes,
And I'm not paid for it.
Yes.
I don't have to go to the gym
Yes.
to pay money. The dancing is enough exercise.
So perhaps you could backtrack. I mean, you've told me that you went to the UK, you had all this work, you are able to employ so many Ugandans. You've set up all these retirement structures back in Uganda. But what was life like for you when you were growing up? What were
We
your
had a great exposure. My dad was in Mitchell Coats. Mitchell Coats is not a small company.
Yes.
I was born in Port Portal where we lived in Kijura and Kapuna. My dad was the boss of Mitchell Coats in Bakijula, the War Estate. We were the owners of all those big properties. You can see it's just Mitchell Coats. So we had a great exposure. In Nyali, in Mombasa, we live in Nyali. Nyali is not like an ordinary place, it's like the Kololo of Mombasa.
Mombasa.
Yeah, and also in Nairobi, we live in Kereresho. So all these places were luxurious. That's the reason I love to come back to Uganda. And that is the reason I invested wisely and came back to Uganda where I'm well respected.
Yes.
More than abroad.
Yes.
And I love Uganda so much.
Yes. So, Mr. Kanyike, you were telling us about the fact that your dad put you in prominent schools and so set you up. So you're saying that your parents
We had a great exposure.
Yes.
We lived a luxurious life. We had swimming pools in all our homes. In Fort Portal, I was born. In Bakijula, in Namtambra, where there's the Mitchell Coast and the TSS. We were shepherd driven.
Wow.
In Lovoa
In the 1980s.
in the early 70s.
Wow.
That's when I lived from, we moved to Mombasa, but I was born in Fort Portal.
Okay.
But before that we lived in Fort Portal where I was born in Kijura, Kabuna,
Yes.
and then in Bakijula, then Lugoa. Then because of Idi Amin, my late father and the late Robert Serma were the two African directors of Mitchell Coast. We would not live in Uganda because of Idi Amin issues. And I did my publication in Mombasa. I did not do my publication in Uganda. Before I joined Katika Charles Peter Maiga in St. Henry's College.
Okay, so what were your dreams like as a young boy then?
Well,
And have you been able to achieve those dreams?
well, I think I've achieved what I dreamed for because
Yeah.
I think after we lost our home in Chihuahua, we lost our life in Uganda. We lived in exile twice. The Saba Saba War from Tanzania forced us to go back to Nairobi, where I did my AB in Strathmore College. I was in Nairobi for 6 years. I did my AB in Strathmore Association of Business Executives. We had to go back in exile after the Saba War from Tanzania, which led us with a home and a farm on Michiana Road, a place called Chihuahua, on actually the Paul Hill on Chihuahua, Michiana Road. We lost the entire home, we lost the animals, we lost everything. Then we were in Nairobi for some good 6 years. My late mom in exile again, and my other brother Bennett. Then things stabilized in Uganda. I came back home. I got a job. My dad was working Total then. I got a job in statewide insurance company as an assistant accountant. Then I was there for some time. The times were not good. The economy was not good at all. And I married my first wife, Florence. Then I had a brother called Douglas in the United Kingdom who actually invited me to do some work. And I went to the United Kingdom in 1987. Luckily, I got a job as a conference and banqueting manager, the biggest conference and banqueting facility in central London.
Oh, wow.
We had the privilege to shake hands with the Prime Minister, Tony Blair, Margaret Thatcher.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Wow.
Shook hands of Pele. That was the biggest conference and banquet near Covent Garden. Holborn. I managed that facility for 8 years. Thereafter, I got a job with Queensbridge Management, where I managed 42 pubs in central London as a black Uganda manager for 30 years. I managed 42 pubs in central London. I gave Ugandans jobs. I didn't ask them a penny. It was my nature. I'm a generous person. Here in Uganda, I'm known virtually by everybody. And people need maybe work. Actually, I'm known virtually by anybody, and people respect me. That's why I love my country, Uganda, so much, for being respected of who I am.
What were the times like? Because I see that you've lived across 2 separate decades, or even over, so many decades, where you've seen so many changes.
I visited Boston. I had a sister called Allan Kanyike. She was a lecturer in Namagunga. She's a Noji to Sarah Kajingo. She's a Noji to Kagezi, who was killed. She's a Noji to Sabrina Chitaka, Dr. Sabrina Chitaka. Allan Kanyike was a very big lecturer in Namagunga. She studied in Namagunga. She's my only sister among 7 brothers. I'm the second. She was the 4th. We only had one sister among 7 brothers. My eldest brother Bennett is in the UK. Douglas, who followed me, is in the UK. Tony, our youngest, is in the UK. Robert Kanyike is in Boston. And Brian Kanyike is in Canada. Kenneth Kanyike came back. He was in Boston. He's now the LC1 chairman in Tinder here.
Oh wow.
These are some of the reasons I'm enjoying my time.
That's impressive. So, what do you say should be the things that young people today should aspire to, especially if they want to, you don't have a network?
You don't have to be a millionaire or a billionaire to be who I am.
Okay.
All you need to do is gain the wisdom to invest wisely when you don't have to have a lot of money. I'm lucky that I bought my properties in Uganda when they were affordable. Nowadays it's not easy. I'm treated like a prime area. But it's nice to gain the wisdom to invest wisely when you're still young, so that you retire and enjoy life. That's exactly what I did. And I encourage young people to buy land, put up some rentals, build a home, and try to live a comfortable life in their early whatever years of life. Because those rentals can generate income for you, and then you're able to build a house for yourself, live comfortably without paying rent, It doesn't have to be in a prime place like in Tinder, but there are some areas in the suburbs near the city.
Yeah.
That's achievable.
That's achievable. What's purpose? What is purpose? What do you understand by purpose? Purpose.
Purpose, well, me, I just want to say I'm contented in life. And I'm content with what I've achieved.
Yes.
I have 2 companies. I have a logistics company, I've got a construction company, all of which are my own property. I've got directors, my co-directors, who run these companies. And these are the things that sustain me in life.
Yes.
I've got my various rentals in Compatibility here. I've got about 10 properties in Tinder. That makes me comfortable.
That is comfortable. Yes, good.
I had a property in Ginger Road, which I sold to Mr. Rubezero of August. I'm not getting money. I was like dumping money for relatives and kids. You know, everybody was like, even my own relatives. I said enough is enough.
Yeah.
Why should I struggle? My children are well educated. I don't have to pay fees anymore. By the way, I'm a grandfather and a great-grandfather.
Really?
I've got a daughter who is an Alongo. Making me a grandfather to 10 grandchildren, among them twins. And my eldest granddaughter gave birth to my great-grandfather. He's called Harry Kanyike. I've got another son of the same age. He's in Dubai.
Yes.
So I'm a father to 6. But I was a father to 6, but I'm a father to 5 now. I've lost a daughter. Kelvin, my other son in the UK. With $2, Melanie and Amanda in the UK. So that's the 6 children.
Oh, well, you see, let me tell you, in the past, a man like you was very prestigious because of, you know, how big the family had grown out.
Sure.
Do you think that's the same? I know that you take prestige in that because you're mentioning it to me, but do you think that's the same now?
I don't think it's the same now. The economy is so it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
People struggling to pay fees. Fees are millions of shillings.
Yeah.
If you have 2 or 3, 4 children, you're almost paying 10 million shillings.
Yeah, for just the term. That's
it's
true.
unbelievable. I just sympathize. I'm only thanking God that He gave me the wisdom to invest wisely and retire, and that all my children are well educated and now adults. At my age, I'm 58. I'm making 59 this year. I just thank God that I retired at the age of 50, and I just thank God.
Yes. So, is Uganda now better? I know that you've seen
Uganda, for me, I'm not a politician, and I don't like politics. Politics divides us and causes insecurity. But I love my country so much. I'm British.
you mentioned.
I'd rather live in my country where everything I need finds me at my home, that I don't have to struggle find it anywhere. I love the weather, I love the food, I like the people. I love my country so much. And even if you offered me a free ticket to go back, I have 2 homes. I have a home in Place on Stratford in East London. They're fully covered. My families are there. But I love my country. I just love it.
Oh yeah, so Mr. Kanyike, we're talking about the Kanyike Dance. And you are telling me how that is, you know, such a big deal when you go.
It's a big deal in the sense that no one can copy it. It's a copyright. No, they try to imitate it, but I'm the only one who can perfect it.
Yes.
I'm lucky that I've composed a dance which is so unique and so loved that it's only for myself.
Yeah.
So that is the good thing about it. Much as people like Radio, and Weasel liked me so much, Radio before he passed away, Brother Radio, actually featured in his video, and I featured because of my dance. Jamal, Eddie Away, everybody loves my dance. They want me to feature in their videos because of my dance.
Yeah. So when I just need to relate the story of when you're banqueting and conferencing in the UK, and now back in Uganda, you now have the Kanyike Dance. What's the relationship? When did you decide, okay, I think I need to...
I love music so much.
Yes.
I love Lingala, I love Swahili, I love Zouk, I love soca, I love all kind of music. I don't distinguish in Uganda. I was a supporter of people like Irene Italy when she was dancing alone at Jazzville before she became so famous.
Yes.
I was a supporter of Rema Namakula, all those people before they became famous with Gargamel.
Yes.
You know, Amnesia, you know, the Irene Nambiru, Joanita, I mean, Juliana Kanyamozi. I know all of them.
Yeah.
Because I love music so much. I love Lingala so much. I always go to Granny Pier for the Lingala music.
Oh yes.
I go everywhere. I support all the musicians in Uganda. The Jose Chameleons, the Shaggers, everybody.
So how do you know where the bands are playing or where these musicians are playing? Do they call you
They
up?
call me, they invite me because they know that I am part of the entertainment
Industry.
in Uganda.
Yes. And you raise up such a crowd.
I go to Serena. The other day there was Kanda Bongo Man. I have a portrait of Kanda Bongo Man when I was in the UK.
Yes.
I have a portrait of Sheru when he was in Nairobi. So I've been into music so long. Music is part of my life.
Oh wow. Okay.
I love music so much, especially live band music.
Do you want for this legacy to live on? Are you sort of training people to learn the Kanyike dance? Because you know the understanding of who you are and your stake in the entertainment industry in Uganda should live on.
I want to teach people that it's nice to retire and be happy to show that you're happily retired.
Yeah.
And the dance has contributed to my happiness in retirement.
Okay.
That I'm enjoying retirement, I'm dancing, I'm not doing harm to anybody
Yeah.
by dancing and making people happy with my dance. So I think I'm contributing something big in
Yeah.
the entertainment industry
Yes, you are.
with my dance, of which I'm proud of.
Yeah. That's a lot to celebrate. So what does the future look like for Mr. Kanyike?
The future was disturbed by my son passing away because I knew that my son it was so hard for him, but life has to move on. But I want to continue enjoying my retirement because I'm contented. I just want to thank God for the years He's given me.
Yes.
Very soon I'll be making 60. I want to continue enjoying my retirement. I want our country to be stable, that we continue to enjoy. I suffered during COVID. I was the most affected Ugandan, like the media said, that Kanyike is the most affected Ugandan due to COVID. Indeed I was. And indeed I was. I even lost a son due to COVID.
Oh, sorry.
So, but things are getting better and I hope they get better, that I continue enjoying my retirement.
You've lived, you know, you're soon making 60. How can we make the best out of life? Especially young people in their 20s. You know, we live like as though we live lately. Let me just tell you what the statistic is lately. We live with so much worry because we have social media. So when we see what's on social media, we feel, oh, we're not accomplishing much in our lives. Yeah? And then we live as though there is no tomorrow. So there are those two dividends.
I know, the economy is so unpredictable.
Yes. So how can we make the most out of life for us now to be able to enjoy our retirement?
I only advise people, if you have a job, invest however little you can invest. Try to invest, because investing wisely in life is the best thing, especially when you're still young.
Yeah.
That you try your best to buy a plot, put some rentals there.
Yes.
They generate you some income as you work. They'll enable you to build a home.
Yeah.
It's exactly what I did in life. I did not borrow a penny or normal properties, but I did it myself, and eventually I achieved it.
Yeah.
You invest wisely. You don't have to buy a property in a prime place like this. Go to Chanja, go to some places. Those places are not prime areas.
Okay, as we come to a close, I know that we haven't spoken in detail. What don't we know about Mr. Kanyike that you would like the whole world to know?
The only unfortunate thing about in life is marital issues. And maybe some relationships, but I'm very happy that I have children that are well educated from reputable families. God gave me a chance and I found a stable woman, that would be the happiest moment of my life.
Oh wow. So you still want to love?
I really want to be with someone to take care of me, for me to go out to party, be happy. That's exactly what that is the only thing I'm lacking. But once it's achieved, I'll be happy. Somebody with whom I'm compatible.
Yes. So what should we know about marriage that perhaps?
Marriage is about compatibility. You have plans. I have plans for my children. I have plans for my wives. That's why I invested wisely in Uganda. I was planning to come back from day one. I did not like the life in the UK to live on credit card, council tax. The food you're eating is on credit. But here in Uganda, everything is yours and it's all natural. And my people are there, but they're living on credit. They're living in winter. Me, I don't live in winter here in Uganda. I don't depend on a credit card at all. I live my life. And that's why I love my country so much. Because everything I own is for myself.
Yourself.
I have access to everything I need at any one time.
Yes. But you are talking about marriage is about compatibility?
Compatibility, whereby you're both working together, you're living together happily, you don't have different agendas between yourselves.
Okay.
I want somebody with whom we have the same kind of thinking, same ways, not negative.
Yes. So we come to that point through agreement.
Exactly.
Okay. How can marriages? I know this is now marriage talk.
I've been married twice.
Yes,
I know what marriage is about.
Yes. So how can marriages flourish apart from agreeing on agenda?
Marriage is about two people being compatible to one another, that you plan together when you're a husband and wife. But if you're planning different things, then it becomes very complicated. You're not in a marriage. It's a fake marriage.
It is.
Me, I always wanted happiness and unity between my wife and myself. But it's unfortunate that all the people, when they gain what they want in life, when they get status, they become British, they have a home, they don't want to come back to Uganda. And here in Uganda, by jumping, they're like chameleons, they change overnight. It's not funny.
It's not at all.
It's not funny. You plan different things, people are planning different things, trying to take your property, and it's very scary.
It is. Okay, so any final remarks?
Well, I'm just happy that I'm recognized of who I am in my country, Uganda, the Pearl of Africa, where I'm a Nobita Katika Uganda, where I have a son who was from the family of the composer of the national anthem. I just love my country so much. I'm who I am in Uganda.
Yes. Well, I love you very dearly. You know that.
I appreciate that.
Yes. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching this episode. If you are a fan of the nightlife, you have definitely recognized Mr. Allan Kanyike, Dynamite. He has, his famous dance, the Kanyike Dance, and he's now looking into, teaching people so that this legacy lives on. Follow him on social media, look out for him. You said you are with a Becca band. I've already seen you with a Becca, even though they're still in Janzi. Yeah.
Caribou Grill Lounge.
Caribou.
Yeah, Patch. I'm actually going to introduce you to Cynthia, the owner of Patch. And she's the daughter of Eli Tumwina. I was with Eli Tumwina, General Eli Tumwina yesterday.
Yeah.
And my OB where they've been at Africana. We're making 100 years St. Henry's College.
Oh, Chitovu, yes. Okay, thank you very much. Please remember to like, to share, to subscribe, and to comment. Thank you. Until next time. Bye.
Thank you so much.